Hello everyone, myself Dr. Abrar Ahmed Dev, currently posted at Government Higher Secondary School, Madanu as a vocational teacher in agriculture. My vocational training partner is Basics Academy for Building Lifelong Employability, who works with a vision of skilling people, enhancing livelihood and transforming lives. Today, I am here to deliver a lecture on one of the most important topics, that is the role of agriculture in Indian economy. So before I start to explain this topic, I would like to thank all my colleagues and friends who made it possible to make this lecture. So let's start from the word agriculture. Agriculture. So you people might have came across this word several times in your life. But have you ever realized what it basically means, from where it came, and what is behind it? The word agriculture is derived from a Latin word which means ager, land or field, and culture, which means cultivation. So, if you define the agriculture, it means the science and art of producing crops and livestock for economic purpose. Agriculture is an art of raising plant life from the soil for the use of mankind. If you would go back to the history of agriculture in India, it dates back to Indus Valley civilization, and even before that, in some places of southern India, India ranks second in worldwide in farm outputs. As per 2018, agriculture employed more than 15% of the Indian workforce and contributed 17 to 18% to the country's GDP. So let's discuss some of the key points. Agriculture plays a vital role in Indian economy. Our 70% of the rural households depends on agriculture. It is an important sector of Indian economy as it contributes about 17% to the total GDP. It provides food to at least 1 billion people of India. It produces more than 51 major crops. 85% of the household commodities consumption is of agriculture product. As I have discussed in the previous slide, that agriculture contributes about 17% to the country's GDP. So what is basically the GDP? It is nothing but a gross domestic product, which comprises of consumption plus government expenditure plus investment plus export, and minus import, it will become a GDP. Usually exports are added to GDP and imports are deducted from GDP. Coming to the importance of agriculture, there are several hundreds of importance of agriculture, but let's brief some of the importance of agriculture in this slide. The first one, the source of livelihood. As you already know, agriculture growth has direct impact on poverty eradication. It provides employment to 50% of the country's workforce. Agriculture is a main source of our population engaged directly on agriculture and also depend similarly for their livelihood. Coming to the supplier of food, it is the agriculture and allied activities that feeds the country's population. In the eve of independence, it failed to meet our food grains requirement fully and had to rely on heavy annual food import to food our terming millions. It supports industries. Agriculture in India has been the major source of supply of raw material to various important industries of our country. For example, cotton, jute, vanaspati, edible oil, plantation industries which include tea, coffee, rubber and agro-based cottage industries are also regularly collecting their raw material directly from the agriculture source. Contribution to the national income. From the very beginning, agriculture is contributing a major portion to our national income. In 1950-51, after independence, agriculture and allied activities contributed about 89% of the total income. Although the share of agriculture has been declining gradually with the growth of other sectors, but the share still remains high. Source of government revenue. Agriculture is one of the main source of earning revenue government, especially for the state government. Coming to its commercial importance, it is the agricultural raw material which constitutes the main article of India's external and internal trade. Some of the leading exports from the country have been jute, tea, oil cakes, tobacco, spices, coffee, etc. By exporting them, it has been possible to import in return the much needed machinery and manufactured goods. In this slide, let's see the major crops of India. The main food crops which include rice, wheat, millet, maize and pulses. The food crops other than grains include sugarcane, oilseeds, coffee and tea. Coming to the horticulture crops which includes fruits and vegetables mostly. Non-food crops include rubber and the fiber crops include cotton and jute. Coming to the sectors in Indian economy, the Indian economy consists of mainly three sectors which include the primary sector, the secondary sector and the tertiary sector. The primary sector mainly include the agriculture related products, the secondary sector mostly include the industry related products and the tertiary sector which includes the service related sector. Basically, the three sectors constituting an economy are the agriculture, industry and the service sector. The primary sector is directly concerned with the natural resource of the country. Agriculture, forestry, fishing and mining constitutes the primary sector. The primary sector utilizes the nature resources and produces raw material and basic goods which may be used by the industries or by the end users. Hence, it can be said that the primary sector serves as a basic sector assisting the growth of the secondary and tertiary sector. The secondary sector basically consists of the industrial sector engaged in construction activities and manufacturing of the finished goods and tangible products. The secondary sector performs the vital role of catering to the needs of potential consumers of the nation. The tertiary sector is intangible in nature, concentrating on the service sector. This sector consists of provision of services such as education, medical, health, and financial needed by the consumer. The level of development achieved by any nation is indicated by the position of these three sectors. Any nation in which the majority of its GDP is contributed by the agriculture sector is an underdeveloped nation, while a country whose GDP is largely accounted for the industrial sector may be termed as developing nation. In case a nation's GDP is largely contributed by the tertiary sector, the nation may be categorized as developed nation. As we can see in this slide, the role of agriculture in Indian economy. As we have already discussed in the previous slides, let's have some idea of the role of agriculture in Indian economy in this slide also. जैसा कि हम देख सकते हैं, एग्रीकल्चर का जो रोल इंडियन इकोनॉमी में है वो बहुत तरीकों से देखा जा सकता है, जैसे कि इसकी इंपॉर्टेंस इन इंटरनेशनल ट्रेड, प्रोवाइडिंग रॉ मटेरियल टू वेरियस इंडस्ट्रीज, प्रोवाइडिंग फूड surplus to expanding population. As we already know that India is one of the most populous countries of the world, so उसकी फूड रिक्वायरमेंट को पूरा करने के लिए सिर्फ एग्रीकल्चर और उसकी अलाइड एक्टिविटीज ही उन लोगों का पेट जो है वो भर सकती है. Contribution on to the capital formation, largest employment providing sector. ये एक बहुत महत्वपूर्ण काम है जो एग्रीकल्चर कर रही है इस वक्त. और दूसरा, शेयर इन नेशनल इनकम. एग्रीकल्चर का जो शेयर है नेशनल इनकम में, इट इज मोर देन 20%. इससे आप एक अंदाजा लगा सकते हैं कि एग्रीकल्चर का रोल कितना ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है इंडिया की इकोनॉमी को बढ़ाने के लिए. इस स्लाइड में हम ये देख रहे हैं कि रोल ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर सेक्टर इन इंडियन इकोनॉमी. जैसा कि मैंने पिछली स्लाइड्स में भी आप लोगों से कहा कि एग्रीकल्चर का जो रोल है इट इज मोर देन 20%, बट कंबाइनिंग विद अदर अलाइड एक्टिविटीज like animal husbandry and other activities, it comprises more than 15% of the share of national income. आप इस स्लाइड में देखें कि एग्रीकल्चर का जो शेयर है इट इज 53% अराउंड, विच इज बीइंग कलर्ड इन ग्रीन कलर, और बाकी सेक्टर्स लाइक मैन्युफैक्चरिंग सेक्टर, कंस्ट्रक्शन सेक्टर, ट्रेड सेक्टर, ट्रांसपोर्ट सेक्टर, एजुकेशन सेक्टर, गवर्नमेंट सेक्टर और हॉस्पिटैलिटी एंड रिटेल सेक्टर, इन सब का शेयर 15, 20, 5, 4 से ज्यादा नहीं है. तो इससे हम अंदाजा लगा सकते हैं कि एग्रीकल्चर का जो शेयर है वो इंडियन इकोनॉमी में कितना ज्यादा है. एग्रीकल्चर शेयर इन जीडीपी. इस स्लाइड में हम ये देख सकते हैं कि जो 3 सेक्टर्स मैंने पहले आपके साथ शेयर किए, जिसमें प्राइमरी, सेकेंडरी और टर्शियरी सेक्टर है, उनकी जीडीपी कितनी ज्यादा है. यूजुअली बिफोर इंडिपेंडेंस एग्रीकल्चर का जो मार्केट वैल्यू था इट वाज मोर देन 85%, बट जो पॉपुलेशन बढ़ती गई उसी तरीके से इंडस्ट्रीज और सर्विसेज, इंडस्ट्रियलाइजेशन, अर्बनाइजेशन जो होती गई तो डेवलप्ड चीजें मार्केट में आने लगी, जिसकी वजह से एग्रीकल्चर की तरफ लोगों का ध्यान कम होता गया. बट टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट, अगर हम एग्रीकल्चर की तरफ थोड़ा बहुत ध्यान दें तो ये एक सबसे बड़ा सेक्टर बन सकता है आगे के लिए, फ्यूचर के लिए भी, जिससे पूरी दुनिया एग्रीकल्चर से फायदा उठा सकती है. अगर हम यहां पे ये देखें कि इंडिया इन वर्ल्ड एग्रीकल्चर, अगर हम इस स्लाइड में ये देखें कि वर्ल्ड में इंडिया का कितना रोल है एग्रीकल्चर और अलाइड एक्टिविटीज सेक्टर में, तो मैं आपको बताता चलूं कि इंडिया इज वन ऑफ द वर्ल्ड लार्जेस्ट प्रोड्यूसर ऑफ मिल्क, पल्सेस एंड जूट. You will be surprised to know that India's annual milk production is 165 million tons, making India the largest producer of milk. India is one of the second largest producer of rice, wheat, sugarcane, groundnut, vegetables, fruits and cotton. It is also one of the leading producer of spices, fish, poultry, livestock and plantation crop. India has the world's second largest cattle population. तो इससे आप ये भी अंदाजा लगा सकते हैं कि हमारी जो एग्रीकल्चर से रिलेटेड एक्टिविटीज हैं वो वर्ल्ड पे कहाँ स्टैंड करती हैं। इस स्लाइड में अगर हम बात करें, there are several major investment and development in agriculture which has been done by the government of India in the past and is going on in the future. So let's start some of the few. According to DPIIT, which means Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, the Indian food processing industry has cumulatively attracted FDI, foreign direct investment, equity inflow of about US $9.41 billion between April 2000 and June 2019. In November 2019, Haldiram entered in an agreement for Amazon's global selling program to retail its delicacies in US. Investment worth rupees 8,500 crore have been announced in India for ethanol production. Nestle, which is one of the most renowned brand of India, is going to invest rupees 700 crore in construction of its 9th factory in Gujarat. There are several government initiatives which has been done by the government of India for agriculture and allied activities. Some of the recent major government initiatives in the sector are as follows. In the last year budget, that is 2019 and 2020, Pradhan Mantri Samman Nidhi Yojana was introduced, under which a minimum fixed pension of rupees 3,000 is to be provided to the eligible small and marginal farmers. The Prime Minister of India launched the Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi Yojana, that is the PM Kisan, and transferred rupees 2021 crore to the bank account of more than 10 million beneficiaries. The Government of India has come out with the Transport and Marketing Assistance Scheme, that is TMA, to provide financial assistance for the transport and marketing of agriculture products in order to boost agriculture export. With an aim to boost innovation and entrepreneurship in agriculture, the Government of India is introducing a new Agri Udan program to mentor startups and to enable them to connect with potential investors. The Government of India has launched the Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana with an investment of rupees 50,000 crore aimed at development of irrigation sources for providing a permanent solution from drought. So let's conclude the topic. India still has many growing concerns. With a population of around 1.27 billion, India is the world's second most populous country of the world. While achieving food sufficiency in production, India still accounts for a quarter of world hungry people. Most of the Indians are directly or indirectly depending on the agriculture. India has the capacity to produce the food grains which can make vast difference in Indian economy. To achieve targeted mark by the government, it needs to provide support in case of land, bank loan and other machineries to the small farmers along with the big farmers. At last and not the least, I would like to thank Samagra Project Director Dr. Arun Manhas sir, Mr. Rampal Sharma sir, Principal Government High Secondary School Malanu, Mr. Muzaffar Ahmad Sheikh sir, Cluster Head BABL, Jammu and Kashmir, Mr. Adil Hafiz sir, Coordinator Jammu, and Ms. Tanya Mahajan ma'am for their continuous support and cooperation throughout this period. Thank you very much.